curvy lines. In order to get some curvy lines, first let's log out our path. Go back to our console, and this is our path. So what I have done for you, my people, I have taken these coordinates 50, 56, 104, 153, 159, 75. So here's how we're going to do this. For each point as we go through, let's say we're rendering this point right here. We're going to take and subtract the previous x, which 104 minus 50 gives us 54, divided by 4 gives us our 13.5. We do the same thing with the y's. We subtract these two numbers. We divide it by 2 this time. That gives us 48.5. So we take the 50 here, and we create a new x point by adding the 13.5. That gives us 63.5. So we're going to do xy, 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 xy. So the first x, we add it. We add 13.5 again. We add 13.5 again. We add it again. We get 104, which is this number. We do somewhat similar with the y's. We take our 56. We add the 48. That gives us our 104. We add the 48 again. And then we basically, for these last two here, we always just say that's going to be this and this. So we need to convert our path to be something like this right here. You need an x and a y, an x and a y, an x and a y, and an x and a y. And so now we have to know what our previous x and y were to set up the curves for the current xy, if that makes sense. Alright, so let's dig in, see how we're going to do this. Right here, we're going to say let previous x, or actually it needs to be in our D path, sorry. Right here, let previous x equals 0. Let previous y equals 0. And then we're going to go to the very top up here, and we're going to add a curve parameter. Curve's true. Alright. So we get our x and our y. We're going to say if curve, else we're going to shove this into here. And so if we're in the curve mode, if the index is equal to 0, else, something we kind of had before, we're going to say d path plus equals tick. We'll put our m, x, y, and then previous is equal to x, previous y is equal to y. Okay, makes sense, right? Otherwise, I'm going to say const x splitter is equal to the x minus the previous x, and we divide that by our 4, like we did in our chart, our little whiteboard. Const y splitter is equal to y minus previous y divided by 2. And then dpath is going to equal, we need a q for this, but that's for like quadratic. And then we're going to say the previous, make this a $, previous x plus x splitter previous y and then we need previous x plus x splitter times 2 and previous y plus y splitter. Okay, that's the first 4. Now we need the second 4 plus q, we'll say previous x plus x splitter times 3 previous y plus y splitter times 2, and then we need x and y. Awesome. Now, if we go look at our chart here, looking a little crazy, that's because we need to now save out equals x previous y is equal to y and look at that, we get beautiful curvy lines. That was actually fairly simple, I believe, anyways. So yeah, so that's how we're going to get a Bezier curve on our line. And in the next video, what we'll do, let's add a gradient background over here. Then we'll move on, we'll add some tool tips, and then we'll try to animate this line. That sounds like a plan.